Hi guys, I'm back. Nathan Midle down under here, back from a hiatus from YouTube due to a trip overseas. Went away for about 5 or so weeks and got back last week. Had an absolute blast, and this is what this video is about. It's going to be 2 or 3 parts. In this particular video, I'm going to tell you about my experience at the Wacken Open Air Festival and show some stuff that I picked up from the festival. And then in future updates I'll talk a bit more about where else I went and show some of the stuff I picked up from various record stores. Nothing absolutely fantastic, is to me of course, but nothing absolutely extraordinary, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll crack on. I've got lots to say. I'm bound to forget a lot of stuff and I'll probably want to redo this whole video, but let's just see how I get on. I've been away from the camera for a little while now and I almost forgot what to do. But just to start off, I got my first tattoo. Almost 48 years old, been in the middle all my life, but I just never got a tattoo. But finally got one when I was overseas, and I'll quickly show it to you now, but I'll talk more about that in another video when I get to it. Just see, you might be able to guess who this is. My favourite female artist. So write in the comments if you can guess who that is. I think the artist did a brilliant job, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. So yeah, can you pick who that artist is? Yeah, I'll talk about that more in a future video. So let's get on with it. At Wacken, experience of a lifetime, something I've always wanted to do, go to Wacken and a massive music festival. I was in my happy place. I just can't believe that it's over. I want to go back now again next year, but unfortunately it sold out in 4 hours. But yeah, and there's also a chance I wasn't even going to make it to this year because of the rain leading up to the festival. I've had to cut the crowd numbers down from 85,000 to 55,000, but luckily enough, I already had my wristband, so we were able to get in. And so happy that I did. I feel sad for the people who didn't, but yeah, they all got dibs on the tickets for next year's festival, which was great. But the festival went without a hitch, apart from the mud. And I'll quickly show you a picture, show you how muddy it actually was. You might be seeing a bit of glare, but it's just pretty muddy. But everybody had a great time. Didn't ruin anybody's experience as far as I'm aware of, or whoever I've spoken to. Yeah, fantastic stuff. But what was cool this year at Wacken, they enshrined some of Lemmy's ashes forever at Wacken. Mickey D and Phil helped do that. They had a big procession, which was absolutely amazing. Now that some of his ashes will be forever at Wacken in an urn. They did Hellfest last year, but so glad that they did it at Wacken the year I happened to go. And this year was the perfect year for me to go, because the number of female-fronted metal bands, some of my favourites, were playing, and I got to see most of them. Unfortunately, there was a few I didn't get to see. Ad Infinitum, missed them, which was a damn shame. Who else did I miss? I missed Ginger, and there was somebody else. Enemy Inside, because we were staying in a hotel about 25 minutes away from the festival, and to get to the festival we had to go across on a barge, and there was lots of delays from one side to the other, so therefore I missed a few shows, which was a shame, but it is what it is. They had that many bands playing. It was always, you're always going to miss something, and I missed quite a few bands altogether, but there's so many great bands I did see, and I'm going to give you my top 5. I actually have them here because my memory is shocking. But my number 5 for me, a small little German band, young band, sort of like metalcore, clean vocals as well, female fronted and male. A little band called Venues, absolutely fantastic. Their raw power and energy just blew me away. The drummer, I thought his arms and his head were going to fall off. He was just flinging his arms around his head and just whacking those drums so hard. And what was cool, at the end, he threw some drumsticks out into the audience, a long way away from where I was standing, but there was a guy in the audience who wasn't looking, and it bounced off his head and went flying through the air and went straight into my hand, which was awesome. And here it is here. But as you can see, on the wrong end, it's all been buggered. So I think he must use the drumstick round the other way, possibly to get a bit more bang to the drum, to hit it a bit harder. But yeah, really, really cool to have his drumstick. Can't remember his name, but my God, he was a thrasher. But yeah, cool experience. Number 4, Battle Beast. Absolutely phenomenal set. They played on the first day of the festival. My wife saw Battle Beast that day. She only went on the first day, but she really enjoyed Battle Beast. Just phenomenal female fronted power symphonic metal. Just brilliant set. Next up was had to go with Ailstorm. Such a fun set. Always a fun set. Get the crowd involved, everybody knows the songs, sings along, and to have the big ducks on the stage was absolutely hilarious. They had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hands, pretty much, so they were brilliant. Second of all, Delane. Now I was right at the front row, main stage for their set, and just to experience that, being on the front row, main stage, one of the main stages at Wacken, I couldn't have asked for anything more. And to see, to be the Delane, band I've been a fan of for however long they've been around, with their new vocalist, she put on a killer set, killer songs. Yeah, her voice is brilliant. Charlotte, absolutely amazing, but she has taken over and doing a great job. But number 1 for me was a bit of a surprise. I love this band, but I didn't think they'd make my top. And that is Wacken, the Viking metal giants that they are. They certainly had the chants going. They had the crowd also eating the palm of their hands, fist pumping, and all the chanting. It was an absolute brilliant experience to be a part of their set. But there were so many other bands that I could have put in there as well. Iron Maiden, headliners, amazing set, and it's just great to finally see Iron Maiden. I was supposed to see Maiden in 2020, but unfortunately because of COVID, they got canned. But now I can say I've seen them, and I thought it was a brilliant show. They missed a couple of songs I would have liked to have seen, heard live, but they got such a massive catalogue. You're bound to miss some of them out. But who else was there? Beyond the Black, which I'm wearing their hat there, Wacken 2023. Killer show as well. Who else was there? Biohazard, a band I've always wanted to see live. Brutal as always. Bath, Halloween. Yeah, just so many bands. But yeah, I'm going to crack on. Along the way, I met so many cool people. We were staying in a hotel, which had all metalheads staying there for the festival. We all got taken by bus shuttle every morning to the show, and then back at 1 o'clock the following morning, and vice versa for 4 days. And they were all awesome people, all nationalities involved there, but there was 2 particular couples who we got on really well with, slightly younger than us. We had Duncan and Holly, and they're from Houston, Texas. Really nice couple. And then we had Kate and Morgan from Canberra in Australia. And as I said, my wife only went for the first day of the festival. So at various times, on the other days, I hung out with Duncan and Holly, or Kate and Morgan. We had a great time, and then they'd go and do their thing, I go and do my thing, and we'd see one another at the end of the night. Yeah, really nice people. And before we said our goodbyes at the end of the festival, I actually gave Kate and Holly a little necklace each, a Maori New Zealand bone carving, which they really seem to appreciate. So very, very happy to have met them. Also met another bunch of great Aussie battlers. These guys here, this is on the first day of the festival, where it rained just a little bit, but then the rain stopped and it didn't really rain again for the whole festival, apart from at night when everybody was asleep. But yeah, at this point we were watching Nervosa, kick-ass Brazilians. But yeah, great to meet these Aussies, and also met a great Scot wearing his kilt. Had a great chat with him on the main street of Wacken. Really cool guy, that guy. And there's a whole bunch of us outside the gates of Wacken. What was really cool, I just wanted a photo by myself with the sign, but they all just decided to jump in the photograph, and I was more than happy for them to do so. This particular girl here, she was actually staying with us in a hotel, a young German girl, and she wore a unicorn headpiece the whole time. But yeah, so many brilliant people. Everybody was so nice. Didn't see a single drama happen. Obviously saw a few drunk people, but nobody was being stupid. Everybody was having a great time. And metalheads unite, stick together, look after one another. And there was even like 10-year-old girls crowd surfing. Had the earmuffs on. It was about a group of about 3 or 4 girls, 10, 11, 12 maybe. Crowd surfing, and they were well looked after by everybody. It was just an absolute amazing experience. So if you get the chance to go to any major metal festival, especially in Europe, go for it. You won't regret it. I will say after 4 days of it, I was absolutely knackered, and I rolled my ankle due to every vehicle had to be towed onto site by tractor. So when the ground started to dry out, you had all the ridges, and I buckled my ankle, and 6 weeks later it's still very, very sore, and now I have to wear a ankle brace to work. Unfortunate, but goes with the territory. But that was my only war wound. But yeah, so stoked. And what else can I talk about? I had VIP tickets, which meant I could go, not backstage, but I could go to the area where the bands eat their meals, party, have drinks, and so forth. And I managed to get in there for a couple of days, and I went to see a show at the pub they have in Wacken, Lemmy's Bar, and I went to see this band behind me right here, young German band, Supernova Plasma Jets. I have a little photograph here that I took of Jennifer, Jenny, the lead singer, and got to meet them before the show while they were setting up. I also gave Jenny a little Maori bone carving necklace, which she really appreciated as well. Talked to the guys, and the funny story is, 2 years ago maybe, I bought some stuff off their website in Germany, and they sent it to me here in New Zealand. And when they found out that I was from New Zealand, they automatically put two and two together, thought, "You're our fan from New Zealand, aren't you?" And I said, "Yep, I bought this stuff." But they also sent me a whole lot of extra stuff. So I actually thanked them in person for sending me all that stuff. But awesome show. Such young, talented band, and I hope they go much further and get out of Germany and start travelling around the world. But I managed to get a photo. Sorry about the glare once again with Jenny here, and here I'm rocking my New Zealand Wacken shirt. I've got Creator down here, then I've got Nervosa on another side. Shirts I had made for the festival. Everybody seemed to like them, but this one here, it was blue and black, so it looks more like a what did I say? Sort of like it was a baseball top, so it doesn't really look metal. And when I went to go to the pub, the guy, I think he was joking, he just, "You can't come in here, you're not a metalhead." But then I showed him what's actually written on the back of the shirt, and it says Wacken 2023, and you've got Creator, you've got Nervosa, so go on in. So yeah, bit of a laugh. And then the following day in the VIP area, first of all, I got to meet Thomas Jensen, the creator, one of the creators of Wacken. I got a photo with him, which I didn't print out, but yeah, it was really nice to meet him. Really nice chap. But also got to hang out with Supernova Plasma Jets. Came across them, and they invited me to sit down and have a couple of drinks with them, and I had to be obliged. I couldn't say no, so I got, sorry about the glare, a photo with the band, and they're such great, friendly, down-to-earth people. So stoked to meet Supernova Plasma Jets, a band I actually never thought I'd see live at all, because small band from Germany, I'm from New Zealand, but yeah, not only got to see them live, but got to meet them and have a couple of beers with them. So absolutely phenomenal. Or should I say, I didn't have beers, I had a couple of ciders, but yeah, very happy to meet them. I also met this crazy character. Can't remember his name, it's on the top of my head, but you may recognise him. He is the lead vocalist of Solato Morse. I don't think I can pronounce his name properly, but yeah, very cool to meet him. Friendly, down-to-earth guy, great smile, and we had a good little chat. He was absolutely stoked that I come all the way from New Zealand to come to Wacken. Wearing my Wacken 23 top that I had made, and even though Arch Enemy weren't playing this year because of my favourite band, I had to get the patch on there, and they've got Iron Maiden on the other side. So yeah, very cool to meet him. Should have done my research and got figured out how to pronounce his name properly, but I'd butcher it anyway. But yeah, awesome guy to meet. I think that's all the photographs I want to show. Yep, so what I'm going to do now, so this video doesn't take too much longer, I'm just going to show a few of the things that I picked up at the festival. We'll start off with this. Of course, I had to pick up a Wacken Open Air established 1990 tin sign that will be putting up on display in my little man corner. I picked up a whole lot of these Wacken cups. You're supposed to only use one cup and use it for the whole festival, but everybody takes them home. You get a different, because they're all different, so you take a different one. And these are just my my Wacken wristbands. I didn't want to throw them out, that's for sure. There's the normal one, there's a VIP, and that's just another one that I picked up. So yeah, cool to have these cups. I'll have them out on display. Also picked up a Wacken established 1990 wristband which I wore during the festival. Kept the sweat away. And because it was all about Lemmy at Wacken this year, I had to pick up a Motorhead chalice. I'll never ever use it. Just picked it up as a display piece, but absolutely fantastic artwork there. Very, very happy to have this. They had lots. They had Iron Maiden ones as well and other bands, but because it was a year of Lemmy, I had to pick up the Motorhead. Picked up a few shirts, including had to pick up the hoodie, but what's on the hoodie is also on this t-shirt I'm going to show. Oh, get around the right way. So Wacken 23 with the bull, and on the back you have most of the bands. Well, it's not definitely not all of them because 200 bands played, so you won't be able to read all of those. But yeah, some fantastic lineup, that's for sure. Picked up 2 of these, one for me and one for my wife. And on the back we have some of the female fronted bands who played on the first day. That's the day of the ladies. So you had Doro, Beyond the Black, Battle Beast, Holy Moses, Nervosa, Skew Siskin, Anchor. Just a great a great day's lineup for the ladies. And my wife was there that day and she thoroughly enjoyed the band she saw. I will say she didn't enjoy the mud, but girls will be girls, mine anyway. And also picked up this All for Midle shirt. Unfortunately I didn't get to see them live. They're one of the bands I missed because of the debacle with the barge, but very, very happy to support them with a t-shirt. Been a fan of Jessie, the guitarist, for many years. She's been on YouTube for quite a number of years now. She does a lot of guitar covers and her own stuff as well. And yeah, bit of a shame I didn't get to see them, but they were one of the first bands to play on the first day. So unfortunately I missed them. Right, what else we've got? I'll show a few albums I picked up. Now this isn't going to be all of them because a few albums I picked up at the festival I'm actually sending out to other people. But I went to a store they had at the Wacken. It was Hot Shot Records. They're actually a store out of Bremen, which isn't too far away from Wacken in Hamburg, which I was originally in. But yeah, lots and lots of metal goodness they had in there. But because I travelled away from overseas, I couldn't buy too much because enough room in the suitcase. But I'll talk about that in another video about the bit of a debacle with our luggage and what we had to do. But I'll show a couple of CDs first. But as I said, there's a couple of CDs and a vinyl I picked up for a few other people. First one, picked up the Venues CD. As I said, they're my fifth favourite. Put on my fifth favourite show of the festival. The album is called Solace, female fronted, male vocalist as well. This came out on Rising Empire in 2021. It is metalcore. I know most of you guys don't like the metalcore, but the male does the metalcore parts, and then female does the clean vocals. And this guy here, I'll talk about, he's the drummer, and my God, he is fierce behind the kit. I wouldn't be surprised if he breaks so many drum heads and drumsticks. But phenomenal show from this young band. Great stuff. Then I picked up the only album I was missing from this band, and that is Battle Beast, and just called Battle Beast. This is the only one I was missing, and because I saw them at the show, I managed to track down this. Nuclear Blast 2013. This is the first album to feature Nora on vocals. You might have heard the song Black Ninja, the first song they ever put out with her on vocal duties. Phenomenal album, and so very happy that I managed to find it there for, I think I may have paid €8 for it. So yeah, all the stuff is going for pretty good prices, even though with the exchange rates a little bit more. But yeah, had to pick that up when I saw it. Don't find it in New Zealand. My philosophy was with this trip, if I'm going to pick up any music, it has to be stuff that I can't find in New Zealand. Otherwise, it's pointless me carrying it around the world with me. Next one, picked up the brand new Vipera, hard rock from Sweden, Race of Time. They just put out an album last year, and now they're already out, brought out a new one, and that made my top list of last year. Fantastic album on Frontiers 2023, just like your modern style Swedish hard rock. It's just brilliant stuff. I actually haven't had a chance to listen to this particular album yet, but if it's anything like their debut, I'm going to love it. So very, very happy that I found that. Then I picked up the brand new album from Art Nation, Inception. If you've never heard of this band, check them out. The lead vocalist is also in the band Crown, alongside John Levine from Europe, and phenomenal voice, and I can't wait to give this album a listen. I heard a couple of tracks off it before I even left New Zealand, and thought, if I see this, I'm going to grab it. They also had it on vinyl, but as I said, I had to pick and choose on what I grabbed on CD, what I grabbed on vinyl, just for space saving. But yeah, very, very happy to have that on Frontiers too. Then I picked up the only Heat album I was missing. Heat, A Destination. You might recognise this guy. He is now in Skid Row. Awesome vocalist. Mind blank on his name again. Name of shit with names. But yeah, 2012 this one came out. This was my introduction to the band. That had a couple of other albums out previous to this with a different vocalist. I have those albums as well, and he's actually back in the band. Eric Gronwell, that's his name. But yeah, fabulous band, fabulous vocalist, and yeah, very, very happy to finally have found this. I was going to buy this and get it posted to New Zealand a while back, but the shipping was too much, so I didn't. But very, very happy to find that in the shop at Wacken. Then the last CD is an album I've been looking for a number of years now. The album is Moonland, featuring Lena Kurmar. Now she is main vocalist in the band Vanilla Ninja, a band I've loved for 15 odd years, and this is her going back to her more rock roots. AOR-ish at times, but there's some really good rocky numbers in here as well. Also out on Frontiers. Originally came out in 2014. They had a lot of stuff from Frontiers at the shop, and as you know, I'm a big fan of Frontiers, so yeah, I could have grabbed a lot more, but couldn't. Just literally I couldn't. And then I just picked up 2 vinyl, and the reason I only picked up 2 vinyls is because carrying them around music festival can be a right pain in the ass. So I'd buy these later on at night, so I wasn't carrying them around for so long. Also picked up the CD of this as well, but I'm sending the CD version off to somebody else overseas. But I picked up brand new debut album from All for Midle, the band I missed unfortunately. The album's called Legends. AFM 2023, fantastic power metal, epic man of war, sort of like power metal. There's the band there, and there's Jesse, who I've followed for many years now, and this one, if I remember correctly, came out on your grey sort of like marble wax. Listen to the CD and absolutely love it. So there's one vinyl I definitely had to pick up to support the band because I missed them at the show. I would have picked it up anyway. And the other one is, I didn't pick this album up when it came out because I wasn't a huge fan of the one before it. The two previous, absolutely loved, have them, but had to pick up the new War Kings, Morgana, because they were just brilliant, absolutely killer. This one came out last year, I believe, 2022, Napalm, which is my favourite label. There we have your epic Viking inspired power metal. This show was just absolutely phenomenal. And this just came out with standard black, I believe. Yep, standard black. So very happy to have that, and that artwork is absolutely phenomenal, as is the back. So overall, best 4 days of my life. Met so many great people, had such a great time despite the mud. But yeah, as I said, absolutely loved it, and yeah, that's my little input into the festival, and I'll catch you guys very soon.